American schools are making kids violent. Let's get to it.
Back in high school or middle school, I remember one of the greatest experiences of all time was taking a sick day. Well, that was until I realized I missed out on some of the greatest experiences ever witnessed by mankind. For example, either the most random music artist would show up on campus, give a performance, or the craziest Royal Rumble, WWE, UFC type of fight took place.
It's always the fights. Bro, I swear, it was one day I went to a small school, so fights never happened. I think I had a sprained wrist, right? So I had to go to the doctor and get it checked out. As soon as I got into the doctor's office that next day, all I see on Snapchat stories, like videos of like big ass fight between two of the biggest kids at the school. And I'm like, yo, what? Yo, this is John Jones versus Israel Adesanya, whatever. I don't know UFC. The Rock versus John Cena, all time for the championship type matchup that I just missed because of my wrist. So one day, it was a Tuesday. I thought missing a Tuesday couldn't be possibly wrong. And then the videos were all shaky and shit. You really couldn't see it, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Missed out on somebody getting smashed by a chair in a cage match or something. And don't get me wrong, it was bad that I missed out, but the worst part isn't even the fact that I missed out on the action, it's the fact that I had to watch the footage back on the worst, most pixelated device I have ever imagined. It looked like somebody brought their smart TV from their home, a toaster oven, or a goddamn iPod Nano and recorded it. But looking back at it in hindsight, at the firm old age as I am now of 22 years old, I'm thinking, damn, retirement home. Back like, bro, there was low-key a lot of fights, okay? Almost too many. But if I thought it was bad back then, it's getting really, really bad right now. Would you believe me if I told you that actually school fights, school incidents, or school violence has been on an increase of about...
Little bro crying because he got the math problem wrong. I ain't gonna lie, buddy. You're not getting enough sleep tonight until you solve the math problems, bro. I got trauma from this too.
300%. According to this article I discovered right here, the number of violent incidents has increased more than 300% from the first year of data collection in 2016 to 2017 to the most recent school year in 2023 to 2024. And then for more context, violent incidents in schools appear to have declined from 2023 to 2024. However, when false reports such as swatting are removed from calculations, there's an actual increase of 49% in number of violent incidents in 2023.
Yeah, once he starts saying statistics, I kind of just zone out, so I got to do something else. Y'all know me.
24 when compared to the previous year. But 49% is quite a lot. Incidents related to violence and posing the most critical risk for students increased 22% during the 23 to 24 school year. Of these incidents posing the most critical risk, 13% involved a weapon or threat of a deadly weapon.
All right, bro, let's get to the point. Let's get to the point.
14% for middle school.
I know this is important. Let's get to the point.
So this is all across the board, okay? Your little cousin Tommy, your little cousin Timmy in elementary school was like 5, 6, 7 years old. He might be getting it on. He might be a little pipsqueak, a squirt, somebody that you can stuff inside of a toilet and give a swirly, but he's out here getting active in elementary school fighting other students.
Wait, elementary school? I probably should have been paying attention, not thinking about it. But elementary school niggas getting active? Now you gotta be talking about 5th and 6th grade, bro, because there's no way there's a 2nd grade brawl going on, bro. What could they possibly fight about, bro? What? The football championship they just lost in recess? What are we talking about, man?
Same goes for middle school
and high school
as well. I actually would have thought high school
fruit snacks, bro. Like what?
Was the highest percentage, but having elementary being the highest percentage kind of makes sense a little bit because elementary school students probably deal with their emotions in the worst way possible and probably don't know how to self-regulate, especially if they have some lackluster millennial parents. I'm sorry. 11.6% increase in weapons were found on school grounds. 2,275 different weapon incidents were reported by the Washington's public private schools. Other reports involved knives, daggers, or other weapons. Besides just looking at the statistics, of course,
why are so many weapons on school property now? I'm pretty sure. If y'all don't remember, I've told a story about one of my boys. He brought a gun into school, and randomly they had a school lockdown because a girl thought somebody was trying to kill her or whatever. And even though it wasn't my boy, he ended up getting locked up and kicked out of the school because they searched his bag and they found his blicky in the shit. But nigga, I've told y'all multiple times, I went to a private school. I was a good boy. I have 2 parents downstairs, chilling, talking about making dinner or some shit. I sleep in out. We live in a 2-story house. I'm from the suburbs, man. I'm from a good part. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. That just sounds safe. So there's no reason for him to bring the blicky into school. He had no ops. We went to private schooling. Like, even though our private school is kind of in a bad area, it just is, bro, where are your ops, man? Come on.
Be extremely alarming, but usually when I see
your ops go to church on Sunday, bro. They Christian. Come on, man.
I always think, okay, is it just a stat? Is it something that we've experienced? Bro, there are entire compilations of school fights that I damn near see every single day, like school crash outs, whether that's the teacher crashing out on the students crashing out on the teachers, or the students fighting each other. There is always something going down. As a matter of fact, there are entire sections in Discords that are labeled school fights that showcase some of the chaotic events that happen within those walls that we know as school.
Is it just me, or I could only watch fights when I know the people that are in them? I can't just watch random fights from other schools. I don't know. I'm not a big fight watcher to keep it a beam, but I don't know. That's just a me thing, bro.
Matter of fact, I don't even have to go to very far on Discord. Literally in my very own Discord server. And immediately on site. Another example.
Especially that I'm 19 now. Like, I'm not trying to watch high school kids fight, bro. Yeah, I'm so glad that the video cut off, so she didn't get hit.
That is definitely not getting showed. What type of goofy fight is this, bro? Bro, y'all are better off just holding hands and
if y'all don't just talk that shit out, man.
This looks like they were fighting.
Yo, why everybody trying to fight? Not everybody's a fighter, man. Sometimes y'all just gotta talk out your issues, bro.
Fun. Back in high school, there was events. People would just do slap boxes during lunchtime just for fun, for the fun of it, bro. You're risking getting suspended, expelled, injured, or just straight up getting exposed for taking an L on Snapchat or Instagram stories. But besides just straight up fighting videos, I remember seeing videos of people throwing Chromebooks, people arguing with teachers, people throwing chairs.
Why are you throwing a whole chair in the classroom? See, these are the type of niggas that make, these are the type of niggas that are annoying. I'm gonna keep it a beat. Yo, it's cool having a class clown, but when you start doing too much, it's like, why are we doing this, bro? Like, I start feeling bad for the teacher. Why am I feeling bad for a teacher? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, bro, chill out, bro. Sometimes you don't gotta, the hoes are not impressed. You don't gotta throw a chair, bro. Come on, man.
And other crazy violent behavior within those school walls. There still is a lot of bullying going on. Contrary to popular belief, sometimes I heard that people don't believe in bullying, or matter of fact, even worse, people are saying we need to bring back bullying. Like, no.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think bullying is the worst thing ever, because it does toughen up your skin. And life, bro, you gonna get deep. You gonna deal with some bad things. So, nigga flaming on you, roasting you, it just roughens up your skin a little bit. I ain't saying it's a good thing, but some people, be PC, Cloud. Be PC. Nah, bullying is bad. We should stop it, Twitch, YouTube, whatever. Please give me more money.
No, we don't, bro. I'm about to show you a couple clips that really show and put bullying into perspective.
Quaden was bullied almost every single day for being.
Now, okay, bullying people like this, bro, you're weird. Come on, man. Like, yo, we gotta have rules and parameters about this bullying shit, bro. I'm not bullying nobody who got a disability. You're weak. Bring back bullying, but this was my sister every day before entering school. Yeah, with certain situations, don't like y'all gotta have morals and compasses with this bullying shit, bro. You ain't supposed to bully somebody into the point where they don't want to go to school. You're supposed to flame them when they got a bad hairline or bad cut or some shit, man.
Look, I'm gonna come to you.
When their breath stinks or something.
There are actually so many kids who genuinely fear going to school because they feel like they're risking their life and putting their safety on the line just because they're existing and being themselves among the classroom. You don't understand. If you look different, if you seem different, especially if you're special ed or you're on the spectrum, people will make fun of you for the way you laugh, the way you look, the way you talk, the way you act, the way you breathe. There is so much ableism going on within schools. And regarding more information or statistics around the concept of bullying, in case you thought that bullying might have died down or bullying is not as bad as it used to be, from July 2021 to December 2023, 34% of teenagers were bullied in the last 12 months. Rounding down, that's about 3 out of 10 students experiencing bullying. And if that's the case, how many kids are actually being the perpetrators of bullying? It's also important to note that if you were gay or you were transgender, you were much more likely to be bullied at 47%.
Again, I don't understand that. Like, bullying somebody because of their sexuality or just being being transgender and shit. Like, I don't like that. Like, and I'm trying to be safe with what I say with words, but yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all, man. Never bully somebody because who they are. Just bully them because of a little mess up they have, man. Let me just fuck that. Bullying is bad, bro. Stop bullying people, bro. You know what? I'm changing my stance. Stop bullying people.
White, non-Hispanic teenagers were more likely to be bullied compared to teenagers in other racial groups. Teenagers with disabilities, as I said before, 44%. 19% of students reported being bullied during the 2021 to 2022 school year. Among students who reported being bullied, 14% of males and 28% of females reported being bullied online or by text. So number one, first things first, I want to say this 19% is actually probably a lot higher because you know how many people are actually getting bullied and don't want to report it because they don't want to seem soft or they don't want to get other people involved. Oftentimes when you're victim of really any type of harmful experience that feels like you're threatening your safety and potentially even putting yourself in more danger by reporting these bullies, because let's face it, bro, a lot of times when you do report a bully, what really happens? Do they get expelled?
But also, okay, I gotta bring this point up. In all reality, bro, bullying doesn't really exist like that no more. There is rare occasions where somebody's really just getting picked on. Like, even, okay, now look, I might be speaking with bias. I went to a pretty good school. But I've been to another school that wasn't as good. Even there, niggas wasn't really getting bullied. The only time people would really get on your ass is if, like, there's obviously something to get on your ass about. Maybe you lost a fight. Maybe you got dunked on in a basketball game. Maybe you stink or some shit. Something like that, bro. That in society, I'm going to be honest, you're just always going to get made fun of. But nobody, at least at my school, was looking at a disabled kid and talking about, yeah, you look stupid. What? If somebody dared try to do that, he's getting jumped. That's one line you just don't cross. Even with gay people, like, yo, niggas not bullying gay people, bro. You know, it's always going to be that one person who makes a slight little joke about it. But, like, most people really not going for that shit, bro. There's no reason for that, man. And if you going to talk shit about them, you just going to talk shit about them behind their back. You're not really going to come up to them in person. So bullying doesn't really exist, man. Shit talking does, for sure. A lot of people shit talk. But nobody, like, you're not going to see somebody get stuffed into a locker in 2025, bro. Like, what are we talking about, man?
Get suspended. I don't know. They probably get a slap on the wrist. And then you won't see that same big, obnoxious bully the next day in school, okay? He might take it out on you even worse. Or she. And then another thing that's interesting is they reported being bullied online or by text. That's one thing I feel like is more of an issue within today's day because, you know, we're in the digital age. I mean, nowadays it's very, very easy to just send somebody some slurs online, send somebody some hate, spam them, tell their friends to also spam them. Like, I imagine how cyberbullying has gotten really, really bad and out of hand, especially when a lot of kids are given unsupervised access to technology. I mean, kids are on TikTok, Discord, social media, anything you can think of, they're all there. They're watching the most crazy videos. I mean, back in the day, bro, the first person to show me adult content was a kid in middle school. The first person to show me a cartel video was also a kid in middle school. Brief admission, if
No, the first adult video I seen was that y'all already know. 2 girls in 1 cup, man. Canon event, man.
If you're enjoying the video so far, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 200,000 subscribers. Also, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the second channel right here. Hey, hello. We're dropping videos every single day. We're on the road to 100,000 here as well. And while I was doing research for this video, especially in the concept of bullying, one thing that really stood out to me is the fact that, okay, there are so many kids who report on bullying or who did get bullied, and we know about bullying. I mean, we all went through that time in school where we got some type of assembly that talked about bullying. But the truth is, teachers only intervene in about 14% of classroom bullying. That statistic shows right here and says only 14% of playground episodes of bullying. School staff is generally unaware of the extent of bullying and victimization problems, even though much of bullying occurs on the playground, hallways, classrooms, locker rooms. I think kids who are bullies are also really good at, you know, hiding it or disguising it around other people, and then they'll go as soon as the freaking teacher doesn't look and then shove you in a locker. I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
That doesn't happen. Yo, I'm sorry. That doesn't happen. Maybe I am an unk and I don't be in school. That doesn't happen. Like, maybe in middle school. High school, niggas just minded their own business. We don't want to be here. We don't got time to bully people.
Honestly, if you're getting shoved in a locker in 2025, I'm gonna look at you a little crazy. That type of bullying only happens in the goddamn movies. Real bullying looks a lot different, okay? Sometimes it's making fun of the way you dress. Sometimes it's making fun of the way you have no money, which was, hey, that happened to me. I mean, if you ever had the experience of dropping your Android phone in the middle of class and your battery coming out, your screen cracking, and everybody
you're gonna go for that.
In the class laughing at you, hey, I know exactly what that feels like. Some of y'all will never know the pain of coming to school with holes in your shoes, clothes, and being like, oh, this is just for the fashion, bro. It's not for the fashion. I'm getting hand-me-downs from my generations, uncles, cousins, brothers, mom, sisters, dad. A kid coming up to me back in the day telling me, give me your lunch money, hurts less than somebody coming up and clowning the fact that I had no money, bro. That is real bullying, I swear. Teachers.
I think the worst thing that I did get picked on for is when I was it was middle school. I think the most bullying happens in middle school for sure because everybody's just being a dick. But I remember 8th grade, I came to school with stinky ass breath. I told this story in my main channel. I'm gonna be honest, I just didn't brush my teeth in the morning. I just did it. I just didn't feel like doing it. I was bored. Like, bro, I was trying to get up at the house. I was about to be late. I just didn't do it. Popped some gum in my mouth, started chewing and that shit. Thought that was gonna work. Brother, it did not at all. Bro, that whole day, niggas was social distancing from me, bro. This was before COVID. I was trying to wonder what was going on, bro. Niggas started putting their mask up around me, bro. I'm talking about what? Like, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. That I go home, the next day I pull up. I'm not gonna lie. They was on my ass. I don't think I've ever got flamed that much ever in my life. And the crazy part about it, none of the homies told me, bro. They just let me out there to dry. That shit was some crazy shit. I'm not gonna lie. So eventually I did pull. Eventually that shit does go away. But when you have stinky breath, bro, niggas gonna forget about it. Niggas gonna remember that for like the whole year, bro. That came around to December, bro. Right? Because this happened in September. Came around to December. Whole class had Secret Santa. I remember it was a girl that me and her had like a flirtatious relationship. We kind of liked each other. I'm not gonna lie. She had the fun idea of bringing or gifting me some mouthwash as a ha funny ha. Ever since that day, me and her been ops. Worst part about it, I couldn't even beat her ass. She's a woman. If it was a nigga, we would have caught that fade. No 360, my nigga. Well, let's get straight to it. Fade no 360 Jeezy. Let's get straight to it. I don't care. What are you talking about? You know how embarrassing that was? Because now everybody around us, because it was in a big group, nigga. Now everybody around us remembers that I used to have stinky breath. Because by that time, I thought it went away. But once somebody brings it back up, you know it's gonna last at least another good 3 business months. So I had to deal with that for 3 more months. I needed my fade, bro. I should have called my cousin to do the job. I'm gonna keep it a beam.
Teachers are only able to accurately identify fewer than 1/2 of bullies identified by peers. Parents are often similarly unaware of the extent of bullying and victimization, and they do not discuss bullying with their children. The way people talk about bullying is a little bit outdated to an extent. Like, I'm telling you, bullying is not just pushing somebody.
Hey, that's some nice books you got over there. Boom. Beat it, chump.
People will bully in all types of ways, whether that's online now, which is obviously very, very much impossible to catch if you're a teacher, and different altercations that happen in the natural flow of classroom or passing period between going class to class. Also, when kids are getting bullied, 9 times out of 10, I feel like they're not gonna come out and talk to a damn teacher, okay? I had a friend who was telling me, bro,
the teacher most likely not gonna do shit, and if she does, it's gonna make it worse because it's gonna be so obvious.
To a teacher, and the teacher just looked at me crazy. My thought process, I'm like, bro, aren't these teachers supposed to be like mandated reporters? But it really feels like teachers don't really understand, bro, especially if they don't come from the same type of cloth as you. So odds are the children is gonna come out and talk to their parents, but a lot of times, you know, parents will dismiss it.
The teachers always here to be I don't learn.
My son asked me to let him drop out of school because he's being bullied and hit by yo. What? PTO meeting immediately. Hit by the teachers? What? Nah, man. Yo, PTO meeting. I'm coming into the meeting like these, my nigga. Staring at the teacher. Hands crossed, bro. You lucky I'm not calling the cops, man. What are we talking about?
They don't feed us nothing at lunch.
Why are you talking about these
Always
teachers be putting
getting
these teachers don't do nothing to you. If you getting bullied, you need to go talk to somebody about it. You need to go talk to a psychiatrist or something about it. Don't come to me trying.
Why are you not on the side of your kid? He just came to you crying, talking about he getting bullied. And you're finna bully him some more? What's wrong with you?
To come to me cry about somebody bullying you. Ain't no dropping out of school. Ain't no dropping out of school. You're gonna stay in school. You're gonna do
And see, that's why you got the baby crying in the background. I'm assuming this is a single mother. Come on, man. We got to do better, man.
No, because I'm paying for the school, so you're gonna stay in the school. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care what you in there doing. What you in there doing?
Nothing.
When you leave my house, that's when you can move how you want to move.
Does he have a tattoo? You sure this is a kid? Wait. Brother, you got tattoos and you talking about I'm trying to drop out because of bullying? Nigga, what type of bullying is it, man? I ain't gonna lie. What we know about you? You lose a fight or something?
And I feel like as a kid, a lot of times if you're not being heard out by your parents, that really shuts you off from talking to anybody else in the rest of the world because those are the people who are supposed to hear you out the most. And it's so weird. Some people will take the side of the faculty, the staff, or even the bully because like you don't even know them, bro. That's low-key D-riding, bro. You glaze into somebody you never even met before. Believe your own goddamn kid. Plus, why would I lie about being bullied? I already lose aura from explaining the fact that I'm being bullied.
That
Coming
is
out and
true.
saying that you're getting bullied, there's no...
Do you think I want to come to you crying, talking about I'm getting bullied in school? Nah, it took every single ounce of pride for me as a man to come up to you.
Swag behind that. There's no swag behind that, man. Now that we noticed the phenomenon of violence in schools and a very large uprise in school fights, school bullying, etc., I want to talk about why this might be happening. The pandemic took place. Gen Z, we lost out on a crucial maybe like 2 to 3 years. I really feel like since 2020 through about 2023, we really felt the effects of the pandemic. And that was when we were about to graduate high school. Especially for Gen Alpha and kids these days, those 2-3 years were maybe when they were in 5th, 6th, 7th grade, maybe even younger. Those are very, very impactful or important when you're developing social skills, emotional regulation, connection, etc. So the fact that maybe they had bad parents, maybe they were stuck on technology, maybe they didn't learn how to connect with people at a young age, kind of turns them into more unstable people, makes it harder for them to learn how to regulate their emotions, which maybe makes a more angry or violent generation. I think that coupled with the idea of social media, like for example, school fights, people record school fights, people participate in school fights because they go viral, they go so crazy, they want to get that internet fame.
This is a crazy build. I know this is a video about bullying and I'm not finna cook, bro. But this is a crazy build. I'm gonna just be
honest. If you whoop somebody crazy in school,
nah, buddy's a freight train, bro. Put him on the offensive line, man.
Fights, everybody gonna know you as the backyard legend. Maybe I'm looking a little bit too deep, but I feel also like trends such as rage bait kind of exasperate issues of cyberbullying in a way among kids. The other day,
I hate rage bait, but I don't think that's cyberbullying. I think it's just trolling.
I've seen a grown man talking about CP and saying,
"Oh, chill, bro. It's just rage bait."
Watch out, little bitch.
What?
grown man talking about CP and saying,
"Oh, chill, bro. It's just rage bait."
Huh?
Watch out, little bitch.
Dad, I don't want to grape. I'm not even finna finish this shit. Yo, Carlos69M.M. Yo, go ahead and report him.
Watch out, little bitch.
I'm sending Sky Crew troops on this nigga. If his account ain't already deleted, bro, yo, troops, crew, yo, ban this shit
A little cut
immediately.
out of y'all videos. I just got you $1 million cut. Where's my cut? I'm not playing.
and things like that are insane, right?
People like that though, they need to be investigated, bro. You don't deserve to have a platform, bro, because that's not funny.
But when kids see stuff like this online, they might go ahead and run off with it, whether that's in people's DMs. I mean, I get the most crazy comments all the time about people calling me a fried chicken and rice enjoyer and things like that because, oh, black and Asian.
I mean, that's a bad joke. Yo, I need to get better at timing, bro. Yo, low key, I just thought about something though. Kung Pao, no. Orange fried chicken over a bed of rice with great boba tea on the side. Put some fried chicken in the sushi. Y'all already clicked off the video. My fault, man. Yo, hello, if you're watching this, my fault, bro. That was a bad joke.
And I'm just like, bro, so some of these kids are already a little angry, a little bit ruthless, have maybe poor mental health, were heavily disrupted by the effects of the pandemic, maybe they have bad parents, and they're seeing a lot of social media trends that normalize saying crazy stuff to people that might exacerbate the issues such as cyberbullying or real life bullying. I feel like since the beginning of time, there's also been people who say, oh, like violence and video games are correlated. Maybe if your kid plays violent games or they consume violent media.
People who say that, they're weird. Because I think kids who play violent games want to play violent games. So they already have that violent nature. I've never been a shooter game type of person because I'm not a violent person. I don't think that really does anything. A lot of times when you are something, you're going to find a way to exert it no matter what it is. Getting mad at video games or even other things for how people turn out is stupid because they've already wanted to do it. That thing that they're attracted to or drawn to is just a way to get out their inner desires. That's deep. You're probably not gonna understand it. Whatever.
They're gonna become more violent. And I don't know if this was actually proven to be the case. I mean, I played a lot of violent games when I was a kid. I don't think it turned me into a violent person.
At all.
It showed me that this type of stuff was only meant to be fiction and not real life. But I could see
that's
how
why it is fiction, so you don't do it in real life.
People who maybe are not on that same maturity might practice things that they see in the game and do it in real life, or say things that they see online and do it in real life. And speaking more about what they see in real life, there is definitely things like, oh, community gun violence, maybe gang violence, domestic violence within households that cause kids to replicate that.
Children who witness domestic violence in the home are significantly more likely, in some studies 5 to 10 times more likely, to be the victim of intimate partner violence in their adult relationships.
How are you collecting these studies? I'll be curious on how people collect these type of studies. Do you interview like the children who were in abusive homes who abused their wives? Is that what y'all do? Like, I'm very intrigued. I do believe this stat though. You feel me? It does sound to be true. But I'm pretty sure. I just assume niggas be making some certain shit up because how are you finna collect this information?
Balance in their adult relationships.
You know what? Recently I've been seeing, oh, kids need to be whooped more these days, or kids are not getting whooped more these days. But actually it's proven that kids being whooped or physically disciplined / punished actually makes a more violent or dangerous child.
Researchers found that children who were spanked were more likely to have an increased rate of negative outcomes. This includes antisocial behavior, aggressive behavior, and long-term mental health problems. But also, interestingly, children who were spanked were also more likely to exhibit a negative impact on cognitive development, demonstrating overall lower IQ scores and overall poorer
because low-key, I feel like whooping a kid after they do something bad shows them that violence is the answer. Literally. They're gonna grow up subconsciously thinking that, oh, whenever somebody does something bad, the real answer is putting your hands on them.
What do y'all feel about this? I'm not a dad, so I can't really speak on this to like a mature aspect, but I will say getting whippings is trauma. No matter how you feel or what you want to say about it, it is trauma and you are traumatizing your kids. Now, the whole goal of beatings is to traumatize your kid to not do the thing that he got whipped for, which usually works because let's say you stole a cookie or you ate a cookie when you knew you were supposed to, my nigga. If you get beat for that shit, you're not going to ever do that again because if you get caught, you know the punishment you're going to have. So I do agree with that to an extent, but here's my thing. if you're not gonna beat the kid, you gotta find another way of discipline. Because I've seen certain kids, you can always tell when a kid ain't get beat when they was younger, and you can always tell when one did. You feel me? It's very obvious, right? The ones who did, they're not wilding out, talking crazy to their parents, doing weird, out-of-worldly shit, off the rails. They're usually more respecting of their parents, disciplined, very cordial, usually functional members of society, because they know bad things happen when you do bad things. You feel me? Actions have consequences. When you don't raise your kids on beatings, or at least some type of punishment, they will learn that. You feel me? Doing bad things earn bad consequences. But it's not internally into their it's not internalized into their brain as much as it should be. Whether you got beat. I do agree with not traumatizing your kids, but it's about finding a different way. When they're like little or whatever, it's really kind of hard to, like, you feel me, discipline a kid. I'm gonna be honest. It's because, like, I mean, you can take away their toys, but okay, what? It's not causing physical harm, it's just making me bored. Or you can take away their phone, but when you're under 10 years old, you're not gonna have a phone. So what phone is there gonna be taken away? Beating is the only thing that can really get the point across. And usually, even though you are traumatizing your kid, it does lead to functional members of society more often than not. Now, I don't know statistics behind that, so this is just me spitballing from a kid who did get beat, and me seeing other kids who didn't get beat and seeing how they acted. But I don't know, bro.
Because that is what your parents did to you. Another interesting concept is the lack of faculty and staff within schools. Nowadays, as we know, teachers are not enjoying their time, okay? They're getting into it with the kids.
You gotta understand, being a teacher in this generation is horrible. Half the times kids are on their phones. Half the time kids don't show up. Half the times kids are strung out on drugs. Half the time kids are watching videos in the back of class. Half the time kids are gooning in the bathroom, bro. Being a teacher in this day and age is horrible, especially when we're in a society where it's so hard to make money. So, like, you feel me? But at the same time, even though inflation speak, Cloud, speak. And inflation is rising. Crazy. But at the same time, salaries, at least for teachers, isn't. So, if you're going to be a teacher nowadays, you need to either be rooming with somebody, or you need to have a partner, or have a husband, wife, whatever, who can sustain half or the bulk of the income for your relationship. They got to be a breadwinner, because you can't be a breadwinner with a teacher's salary. So it's very financially not smart. You got to be passionate about being a teacher to really teach nowadays. But a lot of times, I mean, you can be as passionate as you want to be. But if I'm dealing with some badass kids who don't really respect my time, why would I take a pay cut for you, bitch? The fuck? You over here calling me names and shit, stinking up my class, cursing me out. Why would I take a pay? Why would I take a pay cut for you? Doesn't make sense. So just keep that in mind, bro. If they want more teachers or better quality teachers, they need to up the salaries.
Arguing with kids, they
don't care about school because they want us to stay dumb in this country.
Disciplined, lackluster students, and they don't want to do this job. I'm not gonna lie, if I had kids like this who couldn't read, who couldn't write, and they were just being disrupted in my class, I would be crashing out the same.
I fucking hated teaching. Not all teachers should get paid more. I was high sometimes.
What?
Yeah, there was one moment where I was like, F this job, I hate this. And one of my students came up to me and he goes, Mr. Yu, what would you do if your son was gay? I wouldn't care if my son was gay as long as he was like with someone that made him happy and treated him right.
I think I asked him gay son thought daughter question, bro. What?
Like I taught him a lesson because he stopped and paused for a second and he just goes, that's gay.
With incidents like these, among the low pay, there is probably going to be a shortage in faculty, which will lead to more violence on campus because there's just not nearly enough adults to supervise 1,000 more students. I mean, in my high school, they had 2,000 students, and it got to the point where we needed armed security on campus, bro. At the end of the day, all this behavior really starts at home. Making sure they're able to regulate their emotions is not the responsibility of a goddamn teacher, okay? If you're a parent watching this video, yo, make sure you lock in on your child. We don't need more violent kids because we are already experiencing that. And it's not just me saying this. I mean, really, nowadays, it feels like a lot of parents either don't have time or they straight up don't care. Like, there are times as a grown adult, right, I'll be walking around and I'll see kids who are supposed to be in school and it's like, bro, what are you doing at this time of day? Like, do you not have somewhere to be? And this is actually a phenomenon that a lot of people online are starting to notice.
Every time I turn around, these kids are not in fucking school. It's like a new made-up fucking holiday every
In conclusion, kids are becoming more violent. There's more bullying going around, more damaged goods, more damaged property, which I didn't even really talk about the property, like the Chromebook challenge and things like that. With the violent kids, it feels like parents are kind of giving up in a way. They don't care as much. We're also seeing a drop off and decline in the amount of teachers that are participating or want to take jobs. Social media glamorizing fight culture, violence, school weaponry incidents being on the uprise, and other weird trends that glorify bringing back bullying. It is no surprise that school fights are on the rise and school violence is on the rise. But let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Have you noticed
videos are such a vibe, bro? I love the background music. What y'all? Lock in ADHD over. Leo, how y'all feel about this video though? Me personally, I don't really like fighting, so nah. But school fights is something that's always gonna be a thing. The only way you can really negate school fights is, first off, making sure everybody gotta go through metal detectors. Second off, making sure that school's actually kind of entertaining. And third off, I don't know. This is always gonna happen, bro. I think bullying is more of a bullying is not even an issue no more. I honestly think school's kind of alright where it's at, bro. It's just boring. I don't know. I'm not in school though, so I can't really say. Sky Crew, stay fly. We out. Love y'all.